Hi, I'm Andia. Welcome to Sweet Talk, where I'm sitting down with badass women in hospitality who are building, becoming, and leaving their mark in the world. Today, I've got a dear friend, Tiffany Welton, the owner of RBF Champagne Bar, my very favorite champagne bar of all time. I'm so excited to be sitting down with you today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming and chatting with me.
Girl, you are a badass.
Oh no, you're the badass.
No,
You are.
oh my
I can only follow in your footsteps.
Oh, you're very sweet.
In the best way possible.
But people are about to find out what a badass you are because
so
you are incredible. So we're going to start a little bit about your background, okay?
Let's do it.
You've spent your entire life making people feel seen and heard. That already, right? Even strangers have always felt safe enough to confide in you. When did you realize that wasn't just a personality trait, it was actually your purpose?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I realized even from being like a little kid, people would just always tell me their things and tell me their stuff and what was going on. Still, as an adult, I'd be standing in line at the grocery store and someone would turn to me and tell me their deepest, darkest secret. It's like, ma'am, I'm just here to buy the said bottle of bubbles and maybe a block of cheese and crackers to get me through the day. I don't know when I think as I went through my own background and the things that have really made me who I am, but also the things that held me back and the things that I found to be some of those challenging things to make me excel to a place that I wanted to, was being in an environment that I was slightly squashed. I wasn't really heard in the way that I wanted to. I was perceived in a way that I didn't feel fit who I was. And in those moments of me really trying to dig into my own past and talk to people around me and my family and my friends of this was my experience of, I felt like I was shouting and nobody was really listening. Wow. That was close to me, but strangers felt something that they could tell me all the things. So I think I had a really hard time connecting the thing that I felt all throughout my life to the thing that was just being thrown in my face. Okay. And so at the end of the day, I wanted a place to have people be seen, be heard, and be validated in whatever that experiences was for them, and just know that someone gets it and someone understands.
Wow. Because that is a need you had as a child.
It was a need that I so deeply have and that I still do as an adult. And I think so many people do as well. And I don't think it really ends when you're a little kiddo.
That's true.
It's in your relationships, it's with your friendships, it's with your bosses, it's with your coworkers. It's like you want people to understand who you are, but also what you're trying to bring to the world. Yeah.
And you know what's pretty cool, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but you have actually created that place here. I've been here many a time.
You have, and I love
it. You're almost like a therapist. You know what I mean? Like people come to you and they freaking tell you stuff that you probably don't need to know.
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Yep.
It's like a magnetic energy inside of you. So.
And I think too, I did in many parts of my jobs, you have to do networking and you go and you small talk. I'm like, let's skip the small talk, babies. Like, we haven't talked about our childhood traumas within the first 5 minutes, are we even speaking? Right. So I think people really feel that. It's like they come in and they just lay it on us. It's like, this happened at work. I'm fighting with my husband and I'm annoyed. It's like, I think it's just been a place where we're not like, how's the day? How's the weather? What's going on? It's like, let's just break it down. Let's talk about the big stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, gosh, we're skipping, but I just have to say this too. It's the only place that I know that is for women, by women, to feel safe and be heard.
I think it was a couple things. When we moved here from Scottsdale, Arizona, where the one thing that I do love about Scottsdale and Phoenix is that like it was all about ambiance. It's like you felt something. You felt something when you walked in the door of places. And I feel like there was a little bit lacking there in the Raleigh area and definitely the Cary area. It's all breweries, it's all very masculine, it's cold, it's metal, and it's just sort of, here's the thing and here's the stuff. And when people walk in, I want them to feel, smell, taste, have an experience, whether it's in the famous bathrooms, if it's what they're seeing on the walls. I want to elicit an emotion. And I think everybody wants to do that. Just like with ice cream. It's like you want somebody to taste this and be like, oh my God, this is so interesting. This is so cool. I would have never thought of this, of the normal flavors we normally do, this kills it, and this knocks it out of the park. And it's like, you want people to feel something in what you've created. And I think also in that the world was built by men.
Yeah.
Everything even in more feminine spaces, everything is pink or red, and there's still a piece of where we're still catering to men on some ways. And it's like, yes, men come in here, men work here, like that's great. But at the end of the day, I built something for women to have, and I made a bathroom that has dry shampoo and a flosser and a hairspray and a makeup wipe and a hair tie, or just something that you might need. So in every piece of this, in every detail, I wanted to make sure in those same ways of the overall feeling of this place that people were like, oh my God, she saw me. She knew I needed a little stain remover wipe because I spilled on myself.
Yeah.
Like I want people to feel like I have recognized the small things and how I can help people in just their small experiences here.
Ah, I love it, and you certainly have.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this place.
Yeah.
This gorgeous champagne bar called RBF.
RBF.
And in case you can't figure out, RBF stands for Resting Bitch Face.
It certainly does.
Which is hysterical and just so adorable. I love it all. But tell us, okay, RBF is something society, the resting bitch face, is something that society uses to make women feel unapproachable and intimidating. You took that and turned it into a brand, a bar, a whole philosophy. What does it mean to you to reclaim something that was meant to shrink you?
It feels extremely empowering because it was used to belittle me in my leadership roles. It was a way to make it feel as if I was not as qualified as my male counterparts. And it also really brought to the floor that there's different sets of rules. And if we can progress and grow, these are the things that need to be identified and pointed out and called out. Just like any other microaggression, anything that is, and it goes to bigger. It's going after marginalized communities. It's making others feel less than they are, and we can't progress and do that at the same time. And so there is something really beautiful about taking something that is meant to put women down, but it's not just women, it's women of color, it's bringing something into the workplace that doesn't need to be there, and making somebody feel like that they're not good enough. And so I really have appreciated that people have identified it and tell me stories and come in or like, oh my gosh, some dude at Trader Joe's told me to smile the other day and I was ready, And it's like, so it's been really cool to see people reclaim that. What I wanted in here, because I knew the amount of time I was going to spend in here, I wanted the faces of people that I know.
Yes.
And on this wall I have my two best friends.
Wow.
Megan, who is a funeral director, makes total sense. And she is just such a badass, and she has the greatest sense of humor of anyone I know. And my other friend Ashley, so two of my besties in Scottsdale, and she was just elected as a Justice of the Peace.
Wow!
This past election season, and she is just. I got to watch her in action. Don't tell the big ups in Arizona, but got to go watch her in action in the court in October, and it's just, you just feel so much joy of what your friends are doing and their accomplishments. So I wanted to also have people around me that support me and love me, even if they can't be here.
I love that. That's amazing, Tiffany. I love that about you.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Well, thank you.
I
So cute. Okay. A champagne bar is inherently about celebration, right? We all love our champagne, I can tell you that. My family does. But it sounds like RBF is really about creating a space where people feel safe just to be, right? And we've talked about that a little bit. But what do you want someone to feel the moment they walk through your doors?
I want them to feel that they have another home here, a third place, a space that can be what they need it to be. And maybe that one of those times is I'm here with a bunch of my girlfriends and we hadn't seen each other for a long time, and it's somebody's birthday or it's Valentine's Day, and we're here to laugh and to have a great time. If it's with just one girlfriend you hadn't seen in a long time, you're like, hey, we need to like really get in there and talk and cry and laugh and do all the things. If you haven't cried here, you haven't actually been here either. And I love a good tear, and because it's like those are like such important conversations that you need to have. But also, if you just want to get out of work early, you need to get out of your place, you want to sit here, you want to bring your book and have a glass of bubbles and just be quiet, you're left the hell alone.
Right.
And I think those are the things that I really protect. And I protect women's space, what they need, and meet them where they are once they're here. And I think that's really important. It's like important conversations. Hey, I'm going to check on you guys, but you guys are in it. Someone's on their own. It's like, you want to chit chat? Do you need an ear? Or do you just want us to leave you the hell alone? Cool. Big group. Let's have fun. Let's make some jokes. Let's do the thing. So really about meeting people where they're at.
That's so cool. I love that. We always say in the ice cream world too, they're either coming in for celebration or to forget about something that brings them sorrow. And so it's very similar with a champagne bar.
Oh, for sure.
But
I think I have bought champagne and ice cream in tandem multiple times, so that makes sense. Yes.
It makes sense for both of us. Speaking of ice cream,
yes,
I did bring you some. Would you like to have some?
I would love nothing more.
I think I brought you your favorite flavor. Should I say what it is, and I hope I'm right?
Yeah, which one?
Oreo cookies and cream.
It is beyond my favorite one, and the best I've ever had in my entire life.
All right,
so
great.
yes,
Thank you so much. Well, this show is called Sweet Talk, so it makes sense that we must have ice cream together.
It's the only right thing to do.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cheers. Thank you for doing this for me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
And I have lots more questions, so can you eat and talk at the same time?
I'm a multitasker.
All right, let's do it.
God, it's so good.
That is so good. I will say. It's very snobby, but it is so
You
good.
can be snobby. I prefer, I mean, there's a reason why I bring my own bubbles to most places because, I mean, you just like your own stuff.
It's true. It's true. All right, girl, let's talk about womanhood.
Do it.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I've heard you say this. You've been bold, loud, and opinionated your whole life. That's what I love about you.
Thank you.
And for a long time, the world punished you for it instead of celebrating it. What does it feel like now to have built an entire brand around being exactly unapologetically that?
You know, I think there's a two-part answer to it. I think it feels really good to see women come out, like to have my same shared experiences and to come here and feel that they are finally understood in a way that they never have been. And it's really beautiful to see, and different events that we have and the performers that come here, and just the different people that we're able to bring together. That at the end of the day, I also want to bring people together and have people speak that maybe wouldn't otherwise. I think that's how we grow and we all progress together. On a second hand, I think it makes me remember that you don't get to a certain thing. You will know, like, you don't open your first spot and it's great.
Right.
And you're like, all my things are solved.
Right.
And I think it's a remembrance of that we're still a work in progress, but also even as adults, those things that were so hard for us in the past, they're still there and they still linger there. And it's important to continue to cherish that little person and to still like grow with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that they don't necessarily tell you about entrepreneurship or goals even. It's like your problems don't go away, or the things that made life a little bit more challenging for you, those things don't go away when you hit your goal or you open a restaurant, you open a bar, you start a business. It's like anything else. It's like little wounds that you keep figuring out how to care for that little wound, but take care of other people's little wounds. And so I think it really reminds me that we're all still frickin' trying, and we're all still going through it. And even as a almost 45-year-old, it's things that we're always working through. And in those moments where somebody doesn't act in the way that you you're like, oh, that was service, you know, service, that happens sometimes, where it's like, this isn't us, this isn't me, this isn't anything, this is what they're going through.
Right.
And so I think there's always those little reminders of that, and to continue to help people through those moments as they're going through them, but also yourself.
And I think part of the healing is by helping others go through their moments too. I think that helps us heal for sure.
Absolutely.
And also sharing our past and our stories and our hurts also helps us heal.
Absolutely.
Because as it's also helping other people heal too. Just relating and
absolutely.
And yeah.
And I think too, I think for women, it's almost like you can't write a book or you can't write about your journey unless you're like there and I've won and I've overcome. Yeah. I feel like that's sort of something that's shoved on women as well. I'm like, write the self-help book while you're still doing the thing. Like, be able to go speak about building a business while you're still like growing.
Right, absolutely.
And I think there's just sometimes this pressure that you have to have it all done, all figured out, the millions of followers, the successful $1 million businesses, and that's not how life is, you know, and there's ups and downs, and it's going to shift and change. And I think being able for others to kind of see that there's ebbs and flows with it, I think is really important. And for us to be able to listen to people in all different parts of their journey.
Yeah, I think it's mostly women that have a hard time and feeling that they need to arrive before they're able to be the expert or whatever. Because I can tell you years ago when I worked in a very male-dominated industry, and they would say to me all the time, like, fake it till you make it. We haven't figured it out, but we just pretend like we figured it out. And I will tell you that I do believe in visualization, and fake it till you make it is part of visualization, like, right? Or we say like Delulu, like be Delulu, you know, what do you want it to be like? And think about it and act as if, and you're gonna create it. But women don't feel like they have the permission to do that. They don't, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And I think it's important for us to understand, like, yes, this is a freaking, life is a school in my opinion. I consider it a school. We're here to learn, and you're not done learning until you're dead. So let's just keep going and helping each other grow. I totally believe in that.
And I think so too. It's like a Delulu, but also bringing people along in that, where it's like you're faking it till you make it, but also it's okay to be like, last month was real hard. And last year was real hard. Or it's like, I'm really worried about this thing coming up.
Right.
But I know it's going to be awesome.
Yes. 100%.
I think there is a really cool combination of the both of those things, where it's a transparency and it's honesty and authenticity, while also being like, let's be Delulu like the rest of them. It's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. Do I know how I'm going to get there? No, but I'm going to do it.
Right. Exactly. You describe yourself as an introvert who has existed in an extroverted suit her whole life. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What has learning that about yourself changed for you in business, in relationships, in how you show up every day?
So my older sister, we actually just had a conversation about this the other day, where she said, the crutch that was not only just given to me that I used myself for so long was that I was shy and that I was extremely introverted. And she said that she used it for far too long as her own crutch. And she said it prevented me from doing so many things, from experiencing so many things, because it was like her easy way out.
Yep.
But in that family dynamic, I almost had to be the opposite of that, because there was already one introvert. Okay. So
who's older?
My sister.
Okay.
And so it almost was how I had to gain my own attention. It was the way for someone else to notice me. And so my family would still probably say like, oh, she's an extrovert, when actually I'm really not. Like I said, it's just the suit. It was my way of trying to be heard, trying to be seen. And I realized I continued this pattern into my adult life, into jobs. I took jobs where I was making presentations to 500 people. I was doing all this public speaking. And even though it scared the crap out of me, I still did it. And it was because it was all that I knew. It was like, how do I exist in this world? And I only knew that I only existed in this world in that way. Wow. And I feel like, and it was, if I was more quiet or shy, I was going to just kind of sink into the world. At the end of the day, I want to blend. And so I still want to be seen, be heard, be understood, but there's still a part of me that just wants to blend. And I think whether it's my experience, whether I'm a little neurospicy, whatever those things look like, I just sometimes would just like mask a bit just to fit in. If everything felt a little livelier, I'm going to be a little livelier. When things feel a little calmer, I just like kind of sink into it a little bit. And just really for survival. It was like the way I think I survived my family. And then I realized I was surviving the world in that way too. Coming into having my own business, I think it's allowed me to have to sometimes know those moments where I am done, where I've hit my max, where I get too burnt out, where I've been in front of too many people. And it's like, I don't want to speak for 2 more days. Like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to sit with myself. I'm with my little glass of bubbles and maybe some Andia's ice cream and sit and just like let myself recalibrate. I don't think I ever let myself recalibrate because I was an extrovert. And I was just supposed to go, 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 go. And now I'm really allowing myself to be like, you know what, today I'm not peopling. And I'm going to be chill here. I'm going to have like more minimal conversations with people. But then to be like, I know that my energy is drained and done. Where I think in the past, I never allowed myself to do that. And it was, again, just surviving. So I think that's been a great place to get to, of knowing I don't always have to be the one to speak in a conversation. I don't always have to be the one who's lively, to make somebody laugh, to tell the funny story, to do the things. Sometimes I can sit and be in the background and I don't have to carry that. That's been helpful, I think, as I've moved forward, and the constant energy drain of owning a bar.
Yes. Well, so many thoughts. So first of all, I can completely relate to being an introvert. I am as well. And it is absolutely exhausting to present yourself as an extrovert. And I run a company, right? And so I never show up in a bad day. Like I have to be in a good mood when I show up to my employees. And it can be exhausting, especially if there's other stuff going on inside. The other thing I want to share is good for you for getting to this phase of life. And that's called self-love in my book, where you realize you can't people today and there's nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
Giving yourself that.
And I think my goal for myself, like in this like upcoming year with the business, and now that we're just over 3 years, is figuring out how to manage my energy differently and to bring back the pieces of sort of that extroverted life that I really loved. Like getting together with friends and having people over. We're getting dinner tomorrow and I'm so excited about it, even though it's taken us like 6 months to get this on the book because you are a busy gal. And, but it's also, I know those things still bring me energy. Right. And so it's reintegrating some of those pieces in that bring my energy out. It's about connecting with other business owners in a different way and doing things that I just haven't had the capacity to do in the past couple of years, but I know are so important for who I am. And for our audience, who I imagine many of them are, entrepreneur women as well, they totally relate to. Tiffany has had RBF for the last 3 years, and it is exhausting. I remember the first 3 years of Andia's ice cream. I don't remember ever seeing my husband. It was either he was working or I was working. He was eating or I was eating. And that's just so. I'm proud of you for realizing now it's time. You've grown it. You have great managers that you can step away a little bit and and kind of do your own thing. I'm excited about this next little phase. It's and I realize that we just forget about our own community in certain ways. It's like I have my community that is my business, that is this space, but I need something that's for me. And I need something that doesn't, that I don't have to be boss, that I don't have to be owner, that I don't have to, like you said, turn it on, where it can be like, this is what I'm going through, and be able to bring that authenticity that I bring here back to my own life and my own relationships and my own friendships.
Exactly. That's what your friends are for. Absolutely. All right, girl, let's talk about RBF.
Let's do it.
What is the dream from here for RBF, for the community you're building, and just for Tiffany, what is Tiffany's future dreams?
So many things.
Moving to Europe.
Would love just like a nice little, like oceanfront condo in Portugal, but
Ooh, Portugal. Okay.
Yeah, I know, like little side dream there. Will there be more RBFs? I'm not sure. I think we've seen the industry change a little bit, but I also want to diversify what we're doing. And so like Michael and I have talked about opening like a really beautiful day spa event venue, something that, again, where we take it here where the energy's super high, where we have something where people's energy can be more peaceful.
I love that.
So like really having a dichotomy of businesses that like, it's like we're here to build you up and like let's drink and laugh and cry and do all the things, but also like we need time to decompress too.
I love it.
I have dreams of also, then on the opposite direction, I would love it to open a dueling piano bar.
Oh my God.
I love a piano bar.
So fun.
So
I was just in one, and we were in New Orleans a few weeks ago, and it was so fun. It was so great.
There's one in West Hollywood, Tramp Stamp Granny's, shout out. And it's like my favorite place in the entire world. There's it is like my Disneyland. There is no happier place than Tramp Stamp Granny's. It's my happy place. And so I always try to give them the shout out. And I always said in the next iteration of RBF, like, something that feels right to it is like TMI, because we're always so TMI here with everything. And so will my piano bar be TMI, tickle my ivories? I don't know, it might be. And so that's an iteration.
So funny.
I would love to figure out how I can do something internationally. I will always envision at some point having some business on the water.
I love that.
Because I know that's where I'm at my best and my calmest and my most peaceful is near the water. So would love to somehow do that. But I think I am really ready for this next iteration where we have more management in place. We have things lined up where I can, like we just talked about, do a lot of what you're doing and have different conversations, see what is out there, really dig into, I found this place came to be because there was a huge hole in the market. Yeah. And to be able to go into different markets and see what can build this community, what makes sense, what can really grow here, instead of just being like, I have a business idea, let's just do it. Let's do it smart. Let's do run numbers. Let's do your research. Let's get in there and put some bones into it. And as you know, in those first 3 years, you don't know who you you don't know what you ate for dinner.
I was gonna say, which
night.
End is up.
I know.
Roll up the sleeves, put the head down, and just work.
And just do the things. Yeah. So I think the next year will give me a lot of clarity as to what that looks like, but we shall see.
Congratulations on 3 very successful years
Thank
here.
you. Thank you.
Well deserved, you guys. This is a great place.
Thank you.
I had my daughter's bridal shower here. That's how much
we
love it.
She
we
sure
love
did.
it here.
It
We
was
love
great.
it here. It's a great place. Okay. Signature question that I ask every one of my badass women who I meet with. What do you want women who come after you to feel because you existed?
Oh my gosh, that almost makes me tear up. God, I love you so much. You're just such a special little gal. I don't want to say that everything is possible, because I feel like it's a little cliched. I think it's about not everyone is going to have the same strengths, and we're all different. And whatever those things are, use that. And I don't think it's always about what are you passionate about and build a business with it. I don't think that's always the answer either. Love me some champagne. She is really kind of up there about the loves of my life, but it's not always about that. Yeah. The reason why I did this is because there were no wine bars. Yeah. There was a hole in the market, and there was an opportunity for growth and to build a business here in doing that. If I moved here and it was all wine, all champagne, that wouldn't have made sense. So I think it's about thinking things through and looking to see what's around. When we first moved here, we went to every single what was considered wine bar, brewery, restaurant that had a big wine list, and just was like, what is missing?
You know what fascinates me though? You are very right. Your message is an incredible one of go make it happen. However, you turned a gap in the market and you turned it into Tiffany. This space now that I know you as my friend, like this is you.
Yep.
It's representative of you. And no matter, so to me, this is like passion, even though it's business and
Yes.
it makes sense financially.
Agreed. Yes.
This is a passion for you because
Absolutely.
this is Tiffany all around everywhere I look. This is your brand, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's a very feminine space. It's just like, you know,
Yes.
I am woman, hear me roar kind of vibe. And I
Yeah.
love that. You're the best.
You're the best.
Thank you so much for coming and spending time. Actually, I came to you, but thank you for allowing me to
Yeah.
come to your space.
I come to you anytime. Yes, thank you for coming and chatting,
You're
and I just
awesome.
love you so much. You're so,
Same.
it's from the first time that I met you when you were all here and you guys had just signed your Gold Belly contract
Yes.
and you were here drinking bubbles.
That's
and
right, 3 years ago.
I know, it's
That's when
crazy.
you opened. Holy moly.
I know. Gosh, that was right. Was that
Wow,
exactly
yeah,
3 years?
because we just finished our first 3-year contract. We just signed for another one. So
It's amazing.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
But
that's crazy.
But I just love you and your whole family. Do you even know how often my whole staff, we always talk about you and your family and how beautiful and how wonderful
thank
you all
you.
are. And we all just you make our little heart smile and we love it so
Thank
much.
you. Same. Well, you were meant to wind up in Cary, North Carolina so that we can meet each other.
I know.
So
I love you very much.
I love you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you.